And Jamil Mabai now joins us live to share more on what he uncovered during the investigation. Jamil, thank you very much for that powerful report. Let's talk about your experience on the ground. It must have been quite an experience going back and speaking to the people. We saw the son there of the security officer, and we could hear the pain. But give us a first-hand account of you revisiting the vicinity.
That of, like you said, pain and talking to victims of family members of the state security officer, but his voice, at the point we had to stop the interview because we had to show tears, and at the point he told us that no longer good, because he has this close bond with his father, and also the third word, wife also said to her, I don't know, maybe she has to the trauma now is going to be much on her, given the fact that we witnessed the mother, the husband, her husband in front of her. So it's something very traumatizing for both them and us. And again, but just that is one part of the story. The other part of the story now is who gave the order, what happened that led to the army withdrawal from the school. And the governor has been stating that even the latest spring of the newly appointed Minister of Defense, and Christopher Musa also said that at the Senate is going to investigate. But, issues like this have been happening. And if I can recall, Central did an investigation on a similar issue like this in Katsina, like 7 months ago in Pending, where military were alleged to be, found, wanting and doing one or two things that put the security of the people there, at risk. So, but nothing has happened. So issues like this, we believe that we have to keep pushing this narrative, apart from the narrative of the victims. We have to also give the light towards what happened after, who gave the order, what happened prior to army withdrawal, why did the army withdraw, why is it that after their withdrawal, 30 minutes later, bandits attacked the school? Why, when the bandits came in, why did they have to go straight to the chief security's house to ask him whether he was blind and told him that they were there to kill him? Why? So these are the unanswered questions the people of Maga are still asking, and the Nigerians, they want to know why, what happened. Why did the military decided to leave the school? And the governor, we also heard from the governor, in recent weeks. He said he had to make sure that the army were stationed there. And for him to have that guarantee, he asked them to even take a picture and send to him with his freedom, which they did. So there was credible intelligence that bandits were coming. And measures were taken, but those in charge were complicit and attacked him, and now we are living with the devastation. So that is just a recap of everything.
Still pondering on why did the soldiers leave and then the bandits came 30 minutes after is something everybody's asking, which, it doesn't make sense. And now, based on your, investigative finding, do you think that this attack appear coordinated with the absence, of course, of the security personnel that left few minutes before, the bandits attack? Or do you think it's a wider intelligence failure? And again, I would like to ask, how old was the chief security officer? Because clearly seen from the picture of his son, he would have really been aged. Can you tell us that?
With regards to his age, I can't recall, I don't have that. But again, with regards to whether it was coordinated or not, I can't really say for now, I can't really say for certain, but we can, from the pieces, you can see that with a clear picture of complacency. That is guaranteed the complacency, because you have this information firsthand that there are intelligent or that was the main purpose you were stationed at that particular school. And the issue is the military are not there 24/7. They were stationed for that particular night, maybe and another day. So to me, it's a matter of complacency. It's there, but maybe deeper investigation by the army or the relevant authorities might unravel whether it has some correlation with maybe being coordinated attack or in any relationship between those particular group of or sets of armies stationed there with the bandits. That can only come from findings of maybe the army and the relevant security personnel. But for me, the journalists and other people, there are issues of complacency. That is established.
But Jamil, it seems that there is a deeper question to be asked here. Because if the military, if this wasn't something that was regular and they were posted there simply for the fact that there was intelligence ahead that there might be an attack, where did that information come from? Who received that information? And then why wasn't it followed through? Because there are two instances here that there's a failure, which is what caused has caused the greater instance we're looking at. But initially, that first information, that intel about an impending attack, where did it come from? Have you been able to find out?
The governor. You understand? From the governor himself. It came from the governor. And, the governor, got the intel. According to the governor, he got the intel from, I think, the DSA, from the, security personnel. And he took on that intel and acted upon that. That was why the governor and all paramilitary and security personnel had ample time to coordinate the defense and the protection of the school. So imagine a lot of energy and time has went into planning how to protect the school. And for even the governor to be certain, to have confidence that, okay, I have acted on my intent and I'm certain, I'm secure that these soldiers have been stationed, because I have evidence of their pictures with the students in the school. Then around 1 to 2 the soldiers withdrew, and then this attack came.
So Jamil, the thing now is you just mentioned
And
that.
timing of the attack,
No, continue. Continue, Jamil. I thought you were done, and I wanted to just jump in and ask you a question, but you were not finished. So you continue. I'll wait for you to finish.
I think Jamil might be frozen.
Within Maga vicinity, even after they did not, because the school is stationed at the outskirts of Maga, while in other community, it's like a 10-minute drive from the school. So when the soldiers withdrew, they didn't left the Maga community completely. They were within Maga, for a little distance, 10 minutes, drive away from that school. Had it not been for the police officers that were stationed, who narrowly escaped the kidnapping, who narrowly escaped with their lives and managed to fire certain shots, the bandits would have taken their time and packed and abducted virtually all the students, or we might have seen a higher number. But the police officers told us that there was no way they could have stopped the kidnappers, because their firepower compared to that of the bandits. And when they were explaining how the strategy deployed by these bandits, they moved in silence. The security gave and the house of the chief security officer, it's very clear. But the police officer that was stationed there was not aware that bandits were already in the school, have passed this side, entered the chief of security residence. Yeah, he's not aware of that. So to show you how meticulous and prepared this bandits is,
exactly.
we have lots of information on where to go, who to neutralize first, what to do next, and how to find the exit. So these things, I hope,
Jamil, Queen, I don't know. Queen, you asked the question initially, didn't you? You asked him, you said, did it seem coordinated?
Yes.
And now, Jamil, with the details you're giving, 2 security outfits were hoodwinked. It seemed like the bandits were prepared. Can we ask you that question again? Did it seem coordinated at this point? Do you think that there was some sort of coordination on the side of the bandits and perhaps maybe the informants who gave the directive, whoever gave the directive for the soldiers to leave?
Exactly.
Like I said earlier, I can, the pieces are too, I don't know how to draw the picture, because like I said, only security operatives can do that, but I can confirm there is what's called complacency, and the information is there. I can't say there is coordination or there isn't. I can't do that, but I know there is complacency, and I can guarantee that. But people might decide to say, okay, there is coordination or there isn't coordination. The information we've given out, that's why we were there to give out this information, and it's left for state enforcement to act on what New Central findings are, and see maybe if they can also put their own pieces together. So that I can say that is complacency. Coordination, there seems to be, but or alleged coordination. Let me leave it that way.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So Jamil, now you mentioned that the information of bandits who are coming to this particular school came from the governor. So he got the information right beforehand. Now the question would be, why didn't they ask the school to close for a time being? And why was there no follow-up as to, okay, something's about to happen to this school. If we know we can't keep security there for 24 hours till, we figure that they are safe, why didn't they ask the school to close down and move those children away from that? Have you heard anything from the government so far?
Yeah, from what we heard from the district head, what he told us was the government has 100% confidence with the measures it has taken. One. Secondly, the government doesn't want to close the school because the school is uncertain, and some of the children are not from that community, per se. Then 3, the level of measures taken and the assurances given to the government, and from what he has seen on ground, and from the mobilization done, he has certainty that even if these bandits are going to come, the measures will repel, or the soldiers and the paramilitary and whatever will repel these attacks. So when you have so much confidence, even the chief security officer, the principal spoke to him at around 8 p.m. and he told her that he should just go and sleep. Everything is under control. They have taken all their checklists, they have taken measures, all the blind spots, everything. So he was confident that even if these bandits are coming, nothing will happen. He will be fair. But unfortunately, a certain part was complacent, and that complacency was exploited, and that was what the bandits leveraged, that gap, that vacuum that the army left. It created that vacuum, that space for them to come and operate. That was what happened. So the government did all that it could. It's confidence that the measures it took, nothing would happen. And had it been the military were there, nothing would have happened. But they left. So there is nothing you can say or convince people that the absence of coordination between, these, between the A and B, it's not there. The complacency is there. Even I think the one head of the army, the chief of defense staff, that too, I think he said, the army are doing responsible for that, because the army are known for this thing. Once they are stationed and given an order, they don't withdraw from that order until someone, or the person that gave that order or from a higher rank up. So that is why people are asking, who gave those soldiers? Was it an order from who? Or they did it deliberately? So these two questions probably will only investigations by relevant security personnel can provide answers to.
Okay, Jamil. Jamil, I hope that there are investigations that are still ongoing inside of the security apparatus there in that community, or that are responsible for securing that community. But aside from that, let's talk about the impact. Now we hear that the schools are being closed down. Select schools in that region are being closed down. Noting that this is a region that's already battling with education, especially for the girl child. How is this impacting education generally in the community and in the state?
Maga community, that school is the oldest school we have in Nigeria, and also, it's one thing. After I interviewed, some of the students and even the ones that were released, one thing is this young girls, they are passionate, they want to learn. The one will tell you, I want to become a doctor, the other one, a teacher, the other one, that was this particular one, just want to be educated so that we can handle life challenges and create opportunity for herself. So these girls and their parents too are passionate about sending their children to school. Even the fathers, they said, once the school is open, they send their works back to the school. But the question is, when will the school open? And with the recent directive that all boarding unity schools will be closed by the presidency, even if that school will open, a lot of these girls cannot attend the school because they are coming from as far as local government and as far as Kebbi State. So, this is a region already, struggling with education, and in particular that of the girl child education. And Kebbi State, to a certain level, is one of the few states in the northwestern part of Nigeria that has high enrollment of girls in school. So with this kind of attack, it's going to be tough. A lot of parents when enrolling their children, and even the students themselves, it's going to affect them psychologically. A school are places that you go and have peace of mind while learning. But when attacks like this happen, even the students will not have that peace while learning. Even teachers will not have that peace while learning. Because if I tell you, when we went back to Maga, there was no teacher present in the school. The staff, accommodation unit, the school has been completely, they have all left that ad. So that's to show you, even the teachers are scared from the think of young teenagers, boys and kids. So it's already taken a toll on the education sector in the entire Northwest.
Right. So, Jamil, of course, I have to just commend you for your numerous, reporting, and you've covered numerous insurgency and bandit attack. I can only imagine how you're managing, having to see these things in real life. And can you describe what makes this communities particularly vulnerable, of course, based on your experiences? And, are there any similarities based on all the, coverage that you've done so far?
One of the common factor is lack of government infrastructure. Is the first thing going to Kebbi now that I was able to find a common factor is sometimes lack of government infrastructure contributes to these attacks. For instance, Maga community is just like 1 kilometer away from Zulu, and Zulu has a military station there, like a military base. But 31 kilometers. But from Maga community to Zulu local government, where the military are stationed, it's almost 3 hours or 2.5 hours. A journey of less than 30 minutes, 25 minutes, it takes you almost 2.5 hours because the road network is completely poor. Then again, electricity. Lack of electricity also plays a major role in the attack in Maga, because for a police officer to be sitting in front of him and for bandits to walk past through him without him seeing that there is a problem, and the place has so much forest and this massive rocky hills behind. So when it's night, it goes completely dark. You cannot see somebody passing in. So lack of infrastructure has contributed immensely to this attack in Maga and in other areas. Because even in Katsina, when it happened in Melon Party, one of the major reasons why the bandits find it much easier to attack these communities is because of the road network. From the Melon Party to where the mental incidents happen, it's just a 20 minutes drive away. But because of the road network, it will take you 2 hours, 1.5 hours to get there. And there are places where even cars or vehicles are not parked. You have to use motorcycles. And you cannot use motorcycles when you know the enemy is already there. Because you have to be inside an armored vehicle or something. So infrastructure, to me now, after going to Kebbi, I think it's one of the issues and the reasons why we are having this thing. And 3, our lack of coordinated border, because Kebbi, Zamfara, and how the bandits were able to smuggle them out of Kebbi, even with after being encircled by the military, was they used the Yawuli Niger border. So this also reiterated that. So that was why I was happy when I heard the Minister of Defense saying that we just have to find a way to build that fence. Because that fence is very much appreciated. And sometimes it can be looked down and see how we can do that between also states, that have these porous borders between maybe Zamfara and Kaduna or Zamfara, Kebbi, Katsina, if something can be done. I think that also will be a way to, but lack of trust is one of the key common factors. Wherever these guys fight, you will find this like a first this liberating.
Oh, Jamil, thank you so much. Thank you for the report. And of course, we still have unanswered questions as to who told the soldiers to leave and, what happened and where are the girls and how we're going to get them back. But we appreciate this report. Thank you for your bravery, your clarity, and of course, your commitment to telling these difficult stories. And of course, to the families in Kebbi and across the Northwest still searching for answers, our thoughts remain with you. And we'll continue to follow the story and demand accountability from those responsible for securing our schools and protecting our children. Thank you, Jamil.
Thank you very much.